Welcome to the Black-Liberation.Tech Podcast, brought to you by Jordan Nuance LLC and hosted by Dr. Renee Jordan. This podcast is a accumulation of Dr. Jordan's dissertation work and her passion for empowering Latinas, Afro-Latinas, Black women, and girls to navigate the academic and professional worlds with confidence and success. Whether you're a mother or a guardian guiding a child through grades 6 through 12, an undergrad or grad student, someone working on a dissertation or thesis, or simply looking to carve out your niche in the career landscape, this podcast is for you. Each episode, Dr. Jordan shares her story, offers invaluable advice, and provides practical coaching to help you thrive in school, work, and beyond. Join our community on patreon.com/BlackLiberationTech and become a member for as low as $5 per month. As a member, you'll gain exclusive access to live recordings, impromptu academic and career coaching, and a network of like-minded individuals committed to mutual support and success. You're also welcome to follow Black Liberation Tech on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Visit Black-Liberation.Tech for even more information on Dr. Jordan's adventure in Inglés o Español. Tune in, get inspired, and let's embark on this journey together. Welcome to Black-Liberation.Tech, where your success story begins. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Renee Jordan, and today we're going to take a look at another blog post entitled Doing the Work. It is from November 2020. At this time, I was still in the throes of my PhD proposal writing or my prospectus, and one of the things that I received encouragement to do was to write. Like, not just write my proposal or my prospectus, to get my thoughts out on paper and just write. And so this blog post, Doing the Work, is one of the blog posts that came about as a result of me just writing to get the thoughts that I had out on paper. It's a different format than my regular posts. And so because it's so different, I'm going to follow up with some things that are more structured, if you will. And I'm just going to go ahead and read that to you. So I hope you enjoy it and that you take something away from it. Doing the work. Mother, registered nurse, teacher, unlicensed evangelist, missionary, church mother, church and district hospitality leader, counselor to those in mourning, Sunday school teacher, co-president of new members committee, and gardener. Father, tax law attorney, IRS man, social worker, Wesson oil chemist, Vietnam War veteran, photographer, elder, minister, preacher, Sunday school teacher, co-president of the new members committee, and compass to self-created nature trails. Paternal grandmother, teacher, chef, Sunday school teacher, licensed evangelist, missionary. Church mother, Bible band teacher to pastors, bishops, and other leaders in ministry. Acts of service such as cleaning the church and cooking for the local district and state church gatherings. Assistant district missionary and district missionary. And jurisdiction chairman of the Women's Department Advisory Board. Chairman of the Women's Department of Finance, chairman of the State Missionary Licensing Board, chairman of the Executive Committee, assistant to the jurisdictional supervisor, and a state convention seminar instructor. Paternal grandfather, fisherman, swineherd, barter and tradesman, church trustee, and chairman of the deacon board. Maternal grandmother, librarian, college graduate at the age of 56, guitar player, sister, and collector of sermons on cassette tapes. Maternal grandfather, shipyard worker, construction worker, church trustee, board member, and janitor. The list of those who do the work with and without official documents and titles are innumerable within the span of my lifetime. There are nurses who do the work of doctors, mothers who do the work of nurses, doctors who do the work of servants, students who do the work of teachers, and the beat goes on. Within the Black church in which I grew up for over 30 years, there have only been two pastors for the 81 years in which it has been in place. Within this same Black church, I grew up with Black professionals of all vocations: doctors, lawyers, a judge, morticians, police officers and sheriffs, teachers, bus drivers, post office workers, decorated military officers, a CIA agent, a pharmacist, U.S. Department of Treasury employees, World Bank employees, landlords, daycare owners and workers, beauticians, barbers, a man who went from being a regional leader to the national president of an HMO, millionaire and philanthropist, garbage men, entrepreneurs, a dentist, a surgeon, fashion models, a Broadway actress, recording artists, backup singers, principals, assistant principals, a professor of music, a Stella Award-winning gospel artist, an anesthesiologist, and the beat goes on. Within my Black family and my Black church experience, I have seen and heard of people of all stages and ages in life doing the work: cleaning toilets, work the AV systems, read announcements, play the piano, play the washboard, play the flute, play spoons, testify of miracles, signs, and wonders, play the drums, sing, preach, teach Sunday school, eulogize, shout, dance, pray for healing, lead devotional service, pray for deliverance, teach young people, willing workers, minister, evangelize, sweep the floor, church mother without natural children. One deacon moved the refrigerator with a bear hug when a group of younger men essaying to do so failed, and the beat goes on. The work is everything the church needs to operate and function as a religious community and a nonprofit organization with a board of trustees overseeing the assets: church building, residential properties, commercial property, and acres of land paid in full. The work of the church has nothing and everything to do with an individual's professional and educational background. My mother was a registered nurse. The work she did at church as a Sunday school teacher and co-president of the new members committee had nothing to do, seemingly, with her psychiatric work at St. Elizabeth's Hospital or the substance abuse unit at DC General Hospital. But the work she did for the church as a mother on the mother's board, unlicensed evangelist missionary, counselor of those in mourning, and attendant to those who experienced a medical emergency during service had everything to do with the sum total of her life experiences. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. 2 Timothy 4:5. Some things you learn because you live it. Other things you teach because you do it. Also, in life, it is possible to both learn to teach and teach while learning. The excellence and genius you bring into the earth are because you are beautifully and wonderfully made. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Psalms 139:14. Thank you to all of those who do the work. I am because we are, and since we are, therefore I am. Mbiti 1969, page 41. And the beat goes on. The Whisperers, 1979. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me for another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech Podcast. Today, we took a look at a blog post entitled During the Work. And so I want to talk about the concept of doing the work. This episode is very personal. It's about the everyday labor that makes our communities and lives flourish. the unsung heroes who don't always have titles, and how we carry the legacies of those who came before us. Growing up, I was surrounded by people who knew how to get things done. My mother, a registered nurse by profession, also served as a Sunday school teacher, a co-president of the new members committee, and much more within our church community. My father, a tax law attorney, was also a minister, and together they led by example in a church that had only seen two pastors in the 81 years. Please note, my parents were not the pastor and first lady of this church. In our church, people didn't wait for permission to serve. They simply did the work. From my paternal grandmother, who served as a Sunday school teacher and a district missionary, to my maternal grandmother, a librarian who pursued a college degree at 56. The idea of service, of contributing to the greater good without expecting recognition, was ingrained in me. And this kind of work, this tireless devotion, is woven into the fabric of our history as Black people. We've always been more than our professional titles. Within my family and church, I witnessed the breadth of this kind of work. Teachers, doctors, lawyers, and even entrepreneurs. But also those who did the essential invisible tasks that kept everything running. People who worked the AV system, played the washboard in the choir, and kept the church grounds in shape. They all did the work. It wasn't about titles or degrees. It was about a commitment to service and to community. I want to highlight something from 2 Timothy 4 and 5. This is not a sermon, but I need to cite my references. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. This speaks to the perseverance and purpose behind doing the work. You see, service isn't always glamorous. It's not always acknowledged, but the true essence of it lies in the act itself, the willingness to show up, to help, to contribute, no matter the scale of the task. Now, some might ask, what does this have to do with technology and liberation? The answer is simple: everything. The work we do in our communities, whether it's mentoring, teaching, healing, or leading, shapes the spaces we occupy, including the digital ones. As Black people, our ability to create, innovate, and lead in tech comes from the same legacy of perseverance and community-minded work that has been passed down through generations. When I reflect on the phrase, "I am because we are, and since we are, therefore I am," from Mbiti's work, I am reminded that the work we do doesn't just impact us, it impacts the whole, WHOLE. Our individual contributions, whether in technology or community building, are interwoven into the larger tapestry of our collective liberation. We are only able to do the work because of the work others have done before us. So what does it mean to do the work in the digital age? It means making space for those who may not have formal credentials, but bring life-changing knowledge to the table. It means teaching, learning, and mentoring, just as my parents and grandparents did, but now in new forms. Whether it's creating content, designing resources, or building tech systems that empower our communities, the work is far-reaching. It's not just about what you know, but about how you serve, how you uplift, and how you create change through technology. Here are a few questions that I would like for you to consider. How do you see the work you do in your community contributing to the larger picture of collective growth and empowerment? Who in your life has influenced your understanding of service? And how does that influence show up in your daily actions or work? In what ways can you incorporate the mindset of doing the work without needing formal recognition into your current projects or goals? I want to take a moment to thank those who do the work, whether it's in your home, in your community, or in the digital spaces you're building. The work is everything, and it's what connects us all. Thank you for tuning in to the Black-Liberation.Tech Podcast, brought to you by Jordan Nuance LLC and hosted by Dr. Renee Jordan. We hope today's episode has inspired you and provided valuable insights to help you navigate your academic and professional journey with confidence and success. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, as well as rate and review the podcast to help it become more discoverable. Whether you're guiding a child through grades 6 through 12, tackling undergraduate or graduate studies, working on a dissertation or thesis, or exploring your career options, this podcast is here to support you every step of the way. Join our community on patreon.com/BlackLiberationTech and become a member for as low as $5 per month. As a member, you'll enjoy exclusive access to live recordings, impromptu academic and career coaching, and a network of like-minded individuals committed to mutual support and success. Don't forget to follow Black Liberation Tech on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Visit Black-Liberation.Tech for even more information on Dr. Jordan's adventures, available in both English and Spanish. Stay inspired, stay empowered, and keep moving forward. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.